This is the Transformers Generations Legacy Core Class Bombburst. I picked up this figure from my local Toy Kingdom store for about 900 Philippine pesos, which is approximately 15 US dollars. Let's get this guy out of packaging. And here is Legacy Bombburst out of packaging. And you know what? The figure actually looks pretty cool. If you remember, the Pretenders had a sort of like a monster shell or a human shell that had weapons. And you open up that clamshell, sort of like the whole figure opened up. And inside was a Transformers robot that turned into a vehicle. Now, this was Bombburst back in the 80s. And you will notice that I think what Hasbro did with this new core class figure is they sort of combined the monster parts of the shell with the robot parts of the robot that was supposed to be inside. And he does transform into a similar looking alt mode. Sort of like Cybertronian jet alt mode. He still has the guns, the blue wing guns that he did have back in G1, but this one's a little bit more stylized. And he even has this Energon spanner. I think he used to be a plumber back on Cybertron, and this is his main tool. And if you notice, it's very similar to what the G1 toy had. It was sort of like it felt like it was a saber or a fencing sword that had some claws or spikes on it. So it was like a spanner claw sword of sorts. So interesting that they've combined the shell and the robot once again. And he actually looks great. I can't complain too much. I do like the fusion of robot and beast Pretender. You see the robot feet with sort of like the beast sort of legs, the beast chest. You got the sort of what is this, a bat, vampire bat, or some form of marsupial head. It's like a beast head. It doesn't move though. The mandibles don't move. It just swivels left and right. And you get all the jet parts here. You get the robot arms and all that. So you can store the weapons out back right here. Just plug it in right there. The spanner plugs in there. And then these bits actually plug in here if you wanted to. That's what the instructions say. And they could be like sort of robot wings in robot mode. But that's pretty cool. I do like it. Now, let's just get plastic quality out of the way. Plastic quality is spot on. Very, very solid plastic. Nothing cheap about it. Even the weapons. Hasbro really spent money on this figure in terms of quality, so I do like that. In terms of paint apps, wow, I love this glossy maroon bit on his chest. Very, very similar to the colors he had with the Pretender shell back in G1. I love the colors on the head sculpt, those gold beady eyes. Teeth are painted white, the ears are painted blue. My only complaint, if at all, is that he is in the core class. And I would have wished that they would have done a treatment similar to what they did with Skullgrin. As you can see, Skullgrin is a full deluxe class figure, and I honestly think they could have made this a deluxe class figure, probably made a little more involved transformation. I think it would totally work. The other figure we had from the core class line of the Legacy line was Iguanus, and in the same vein, I honestly thought this could have been a deluxe class figure, but as a core class figure, I think Hasbro did a wonderful job on this figure as well. Articulation of the figure, he's got a swivel neck, swivel waist, ball jointed shoulders, ball jointed elbows, ball jointed hips, ball jointed knees. The ankles can go forward, up and down, and they have the rocker tilt. So let's get him into his jet mode. You want to go ahead and pop out these weapons. Pop them right here, back on his forearm, and then you're gonna swivel and rotate them up like this. I actually like this bit better than the plain blue. I honestly thought this is a cooler looking wing for him in robot mode, but okay. Anyway, then you move this jet or cockpit piece up like this over the head. And this one just stays right there as sort of his main gun. Rotate the waist, fold up the feet and heel spurs, and then the leg bits are going to tab onto the chest on those slots. Same on this one. And there you go. Very simplistic transformation, but not too simplistic as not to be enjoyable. I like it. And as I mentioned earlier, the jet mode on this figure is akin to the old G1 jet mode. As you will see right here, it is very, very similar. I think this one's a better looking jet mode though. The jet has some very interesting details. He's got some turbines molded in right here where the screw holes are. You got a cockpit, doesn't open though. Wings. The rear end could use some work. Maybe a nice panel that folded back like this would have been really nice, but again, it's a core class figure that I've been asking for too much. And for comparison in alt mode, here are the legacy pretenders once again, Skullgrin and Iguanus. Iguanus is looks a little too big in scale though with Bombburst, but Bombburst and Skullgrin, somehow, I don't know, they actually fit well together. They look like they're both from Cybertron. The vehicles kind of feel that they could combine somehow. I don't know, but I do love their similarities in design and aesthetic. Yeah, and they kind of feel like they're in scale for some reason. If you have some battle effects just lying around from other figures, like Battlemaster figures, they actually do fit well onto the weapons. Actually, he's Bombburst, right? So I think this blast effect would fit better. Like he's exploding a bomb. To get him back into his robot mode, just reverse the transformation. Rotate. Transform. Pretenders hide the transformers inside. Okay, get rid of this. Okay, and there he is, back in robot mode. And so some final thoughts on this Transformers Legacy Bombburst. I think it's a really good figure. I was very impressed with it. I didn't think it was going to be this good. This figure is going to get a solid 9 out of 10. I do wish he could have been bigger, much like Skullgrin, maybe in the deluxe class scale. But then again, had they done that, they would have probably tried to cut the budget on it and given us just really crappy plastic. This one is just really fantastic plastic quality, great colors, great design. Transformation was pretty cool. Articulation, robot mode and alt mode, just stellar on this figure. Definitely one figure to pick up from the Legacy line if you're into these pretenders and if you collect these core class figures. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this Transformers Generations Legacy core class Bombburst. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.